Okay, so with the third part of the question, we are saying that you are the manager of Safe Drinks, a company engaged in production of sachet water or sachet water. The company has 2 water processing plants with 2 plants already installed. 2 plants are already installed. You can employ various units of labor to produce several bags of water per day. Each unit of plant was purchased and installed at a total cost of 60,000. So let me remove the information first. So we're giving total cost, which is TC, was given us 60,000 Ghana cedis. Okay. 60,000 Ghana cedis. The cost of labor per unit. Cost of labor. So, cost of labor. That's where most people get confused. When you are given cost of labor per unit, cost of labor per unit is the same as wages. Take note. Cost per unit of labor or cost of labor per unit is the same as wages. That is why we either use PL or W. Remember, it's the same thing. So we're given cost of labor per unit is 80 cedis. So we have 80 cedis. While each bag of sachet water sells for 8 cedis, we are selling it for 8, so that becomes our selling price, or what we call the price. So we've been given price in the question as well as 8 cedis. Okay. So we've been provided with a table. This is the labor column. Q is output. So this is the quantity column. AP means average product. This is the average product column, AP. MP means marginal product. So this is the marginal product column. Since we are dealing with labor, so marginal product of labor, or let's say marginal product. This is VMP is value of marginal product. So this is the column. This is wage. Remember, as I said here, wages is the same as cost of labor per unit. So it's either you see wages here, or in a different question, you might see cost of labor per unit. That's PL. So in case you don't see wages here and you see PL, it's the same thing. Okay. So is your firm operating in a short run or long run? That's the first part of the question. I see now. Calculate the average product, which is the AP. Let's calculate AP. Let's also calculate the value of the margin. Let's also calculate the value of the marginal product. And let's also calculate what? The marginal product. So I'm starting with the first one. Is your firm operating in a short run or long run? So this is the first part of the question. Now, let me jot this as analysis. If it's short run, we have short run and also long run. Now, with the long run, they focus on capital, which is K, and labor, which is L. So now, with long run, since you are using labor and capital, all the factors of production varies. Now, so the factors of production are capital and labor. So where capital is denoted as a capital K, but if you are given cost per unit of capital, then that becomes PK. So one would ask, what if I'm not giving capital in the question? In case you don't see capital, you see rent. It's the same thing. Another name for capital is rent. Let me put it here. It's rent. So capital is the same as rent. Now, this is labor. But when you are giving cost of labor per unit, remember, as I said, the same as which is PL. So now, let's move to the short run. With short run, we are dealing with labor. Now, since we are dealing with labor, with this, the condition attached this. One of the factors of production is fixed. one of the factors of production is fixed. That's the concept. That's for short run. So these are the two analyses we use that would help us to know the type of company the firm is operating. So short run labor, but one of the factors of production is fixed. Then when we come to long run, we use capital and labor. Capital is the same as firm. We have labor. All the factors of production what varies. So now that is how we determine it. So we are seeing whether it's short run or long. When you check the question, there's nothing like capital in the question. Everything the question is trying to explain is labor. So this particular question, based on the two emphasis made here, meaning that with the I part of the question, we use what? Short run. We are using short run because the firm uses units, or the firm employs various units of labor. Yes, that's how we chose it. So I'm cleaning it. So the firm is operating in a short run because it employs various units of labor, which is the L. So that's how we solve the first part of the question. So the second part of the question is saying that let's calculate the average product. Let's calculate AP, NP, VMPL. So that is what we do. So I'll clean the question. Since we already have the information here, I can clean it. So the II is saying that we are going to calculate AP, NP, and VMPL. So I'm starting with AP first. The AP is average product. Since we are dealing with short one, so it's average product of labor. Or you can still do it average product. It's the same thing. So APL. So you have this. So the formula is output kill. Let me write it in full. It's output, which is the kill, over labor, which is L. So we are supposed to solve everything. So let's start with the first one. So the first one, let me do it at 0. So output was 0. And this one was also, labor is also 0. So we have 0. So AP1. So we have its K over L. So 50 divided by 5. So we have 50 divided by 5, which is 10. Then the next one is AP, average product 2. So this is 0. So this is 1. So this is 2. So we've already done it. 50 divided by 5. We move to this side. 300 divided by 10. Then we also move to AP. We've done that. So 600 divided by 15. We have 800 over 20. We have 850 over 25. We have 750 over 30. We also have 750 over 30, which is this. So 500 over 35. We also have 150 over 40. So we will use the calculator to punch the answers. So this one, 300 divided by 10 is giving us 30. This is 30. 600 divided by 15. This is 40. 800 over 20. 800 over 20. It's also giving us 40. 850 over 25. 850 divided by 25 is giving us 34. 750 over 30. 750 over 30. 25. So you move to the side. 500 divided by 35. It gives us 14.29. 150 divided by 40. We have 3.75. So this is 3.75. So since we have the values here or the number, we just fix them in the table. So AP, this was 0. You can put dash. This is 10. This is 30. This is 40. This is also 40. This is 34. This is 25. This side is 14.29. This is 3.75. So this is how we solve the average product of labor. So the next column is marginal product. So I move to marginal product. So marginal product of labor. Since we are dealing with the short run. So marginal product of labor. It's saying that it's your change in output, which is the kill, over your change in labor. So meaning that we are dealing with scale 2 minus scale 1 over L2 minus L1. So we start with the first one. So we are starting with the first one. So current minus previous, that's how we do it. So the current is, so kill, there's the current is 0. Previous, we don't know, 0. Labor, current is 0. Previous is 0. So we have 0 here. So we move to MPL1, which is this side. So this is kill. So 50 minus 0. Current minus previous. We move to this side. 5 minus 0. Minus 0, like that. We have MPL2. We've done 50 minus 0 already, so 300 minus 50. Then 10 minus 5. 300 minus 50. 10 minus 5. So we have NPL3. So 600 minus 300. 300. 600 minus 300. 15. Current minus PO. So 50 minus 10. So we have MPL the 4. So 800 minus 600 over 20 minus 15. 5. So 850 minus 800 over 25 minus 20. So MPL 6. 750 minus 850 over 30 minus 25. So we have MPL 7. 500 minus 750. 35 minus 30. So left with the last one, which is this. So let me see if I can squeeze it somewhere. Let me clean the first. So since we do the first one is 0, so this is 0. So let me clean the first one so that I can fix the last one there. So we have MPL8. So 150 minus 500 over 40 minus 35. What answer are we going to get? So we are done with that. So the next one is 300 minus 50. 10 minus 5. This is 50. $600 minus 300 divided by 15 minus 10. This will give me 60. Let me do the top one. 150 minus 500 divided by 40 minus 35. This one is minus 70. This one. Let me put it here. Minus 70. So the last one, the 8, this one, minus 70. So 800 minus 600. 20 minus 15. This is 40. 850 minus 800 divided by 25 minus 20. This will give me 10. Okay. So the next one, 750 minus 850 divided by 30 minus 25. This is minus 20. 500 minus 750 divided by 500 minus 750 divided by 35 minus 30. Give me minus 50. So now let's substitute them into the table. So the one with 5. So we started from the other side. First one was 0. So the one is, okay, so we didn't do for the 1. 50 minus 0 divided by 5 minus 0, which will give us 10. So that's a 10. The next one is 50. The next one is 60. The next one is 40. The next one is 10. The next one is minus 20. The last one is, the last but one is minus 50. Because with the last one, we've already done it at the top there. So we have MP column done. We move to the next one, which is value of marginal product. And in the II, they are saying that with the value of marginal product, it's marginal revenue product. Okay, so with the value of marginal product column, so we're given value of marginal product. But in that same question, we're informed that it's the same as the marginal revenue product. So marginal revenue product. So this is how we solve for it. Value of marginal product, its price, what is your P, times your marginal product of labor. So we start. So value of marginal product at 0, its price. So 8 times price times marginal product. So the first one is 0. So we have this. So value of marginal product 1. This is 8 times The next MP, 10. This value of marginal product, this is 2. The price is constant, so 8 times 50. The value of marginal, this is 3. 8 times 60. This is VMP, this is 4. 8 times 40. This is value of marginal product, 5. 8 times 10. This value of marginal product, 6. 8 times minus 20. So this one is value of marginal product, 7. 8 times minus 50. Value of marginal product, 8. As 8 times minus 70. So the first one is 8 times 0, there's it. 8 times 10, there's it. 8 times 50. Let's check it all. The first one is 8 times 0, which is 0. The one is 8 times 10, which is 80. So it's 8 times 50, which is 400. And the next one is 8 times 60. 8 times 60, which is 480. 8 times 40. 8 times 40. Give us 320. 8 times 10, this is 80. 8 times 20. 8 times 20. 160, but it's negative. So negative 160. 8 times 50. 8 times 50. 400, but it's minus. So minus 400. 8 times 70. 560, but it's negative. So negative 560. We then fill it in the column. So this is 0. This is 80. This is 400. This is 480. This is 320. This is 80. This is 160. This is minus 400. So this is also minus 160. Minus 160, because 8 times negative 20. That is minus 560. So we are left with the wages side. I indicated earlier on that the wages is the same as our price of labor was given as what? 80. So meaning that that whole column is 80. So we have 80 here. This is 80. 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 80. 80. 80. So that's all for the II part of the question. We've calculated marginal product, average product, marginal product, value of marginal product, which they stated that is the same as what? Marginal revenue product. So that's all for the II part of the question. So there's II. So with the I. With the third part of the question, it's saying that at what unit of labor does diminishing return set in? Are you okay? So if you want to solve this particular question where diminishing marginal return sets in, we focus on marginal products. That's where our focus is supposed to be. So we'll come to the marginal product column, we will check. From 10, 0, it's increased to 10. From 10, it increased to 50, meaning a difference of 40. From 50, it's increased to 60, a difference of 10. From 60 it moved to 40, so mean it has decreased by 40. So mean it started decreasing from this side. So you will match it to the labor. Which labor was that? 20. So at what unit of labor does diminishing return set in? So diminishing return sets in at 20 units of labor, where L is equal to the 20. So that is where the diminishing return set in. From 60 was decreasing, so it started decreasing from this side. So which labor was that? 20. That's the third part of the question. So with the fourth one, part of the question, it's saying that how many units of labor would you employ to maximize profit? How many units of labor would you employ to maximize profit? How many units of labor will you employ to maximize profit? So there's the fourth part. How many units of labor will you employ to maximize profit? So that's what we do. Before we can get the particular labor that would maximize profit, we have a condition we use. Our marginal revenue should be equal to our marginal cost. That is the profit condition we use in order to get the actual labor that would maximize profit. So we will come to this side. Now remember that it was stated that with the value of marginal product is the same as what? Marginal revenue product. So meaning that what the MR here is the same as our VPM here. Now with the marginal cost, there's nothing in the question like marginal cost. So how then do we get a marginal cost? Our marginal cost would be replaced, or our marginal cost is the wages, what we call the PL or the W. So where we see marginal cost, we'll use PL or L. MR, we use the value of marginal product because we was stated that it was marginal revenue. So with the MC, we'll use PL or W, which is the wages. So let me do it. This is PL. So we'll check the marginal revenue and the marginal cost. So the marginal revenue is the VMPL, VMP, this one, and the wages side. Where we get them, you are saying that they should be equal to. So what here should be the same as this. So we'll check this two from this side. We'll check from this side. We check this side to see if we see anything like that. So this is 80-80. So it's the same thing. So let me circle this side. Then we'll check through again. We have another one here. We have another one here. This is 80-80. We also have another 80-80. So the issue is, which of them do we pick? Because we are having 80, and we are saying M1 should be called MC. So 80 is equal to 80. So are we picking a labor of 25 units? Or we are picking a labor of 5? Since we're this side to 8 is equal to 8, so this is what we do. If I'm using 5 people, labor is referred to as what the individuals are going to use to work. If I'm using 5 people to get an output of 50, and I'm using 25 people to get an output of 850, which one will you actually pick? You'll pick the 25. Because 5 is giving me 50 people. So if 5 is giving me an output of 50, 25 is giving me an output of what? 850. So definitely I'll go for 25. So how many units of labor will you employ to maximize profit? So 25 units of labor would be employed. 25 units of labor will be employed to maximize profit. So that's how we solve the IV. So we move to the vein part. So with the vein part of the question, what is the question? Let me check. The question is, as the optimal input choice, how many bags of sachet water will your company produce on a daily basis? At the optimal input choice, how many bags of sachet water will your company produce on daily basis? So that's what we do. For you to get, so at the optimal choice, what unit of labor, let me check it, at the optimal choice, how many, at the optimal choice, how many bags of sachet water will your company produce on a daily basis? On a daily basis. So there's the last part of the question. At the optimal choice, how many units of sachet water will your company produce on a daily basis? So for you to get the answer for vein, it's based on the answer you are going to get for the IV. So with the IV, our labor was 25. So this was our labor, 25. So since our labor is 25, what was our output? The output becomes the number of bags of sachet water we are going to produce. So this is 25. Our output is scale, which is what? 850. So at the optimal, how many bags? So 850 bags of sachet water will be produced. That's all for this question. That's how we do it. Yeah. So there's the question 3. So we'll proceed to the next question as well.